Welcome, my friends, to a lesson about something sweet and wonderful. Well, sometimes it's crunchy and sort of earthy, well, hold on a second. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Let's go back for a moment to our work of flowers. Hello. We've previously explored flowers and their work. We talked about how flowers attract visitors to drink of their nectar while dusting them with pollen made by the stamen, and you might remember that the pollen eventually finds its way to a stigma, the sticky part of the pistil, the female part of the flower, where then it sends a long, tiny tube down to the ovary and into a tiny cell called an ovule. Another tiny cell travels down this tube, and when it meets the ovule, the ovary begins to swell, and we call this swollen ovary a fruit. Yummy. That was really fast, too. Well, did you know that when you are eating a fruit, you are eating a swollen ovary of a plant that has been fertilized by pollen? Yeah. Well, this swollen ovary has a very important job. It must protect the developing seeds inside. Let's take a look at that. And you can see right there those beautiful, precious baby plants. Oh, yes, seeds. You know, it must protect the seeds. Look at all that cushion it has to protect them. Imagine if this fell from a tree or a plant. Those seeds might not be so safe, but it has this swollen ovary around to protect it. Well, remember all those other parts of the flower that made this possible? They're not really needed anymore. They sort of shrivel and dry up, and sometimes if you look carefully, you can see some of those parts. This is a shriveled up calyx, and even if you're able to look really closely inside there, some shriveled up stamen and pistils. And look at all these seeds, and they're being protected. You know, there's another purpose for this protection. Imagine something comes along and tries to eat it, but it's not ripe or ready. Wouldn't taste very good. Tastes pretty gross. And so maybe those seeds would be protected after just one bite. The fruit would be tossed and the seeds would be protected. You know, coconuts protect themselves with a thick, hard shells. Peanuts hide underground. Who would have thought there was an underground fruit? Well, there's lots of different fruits out there. Oh, hello. Hey. But, not everything you see is a fruit. Hello. Hey, not you. So be careful with what you're calling a fruit. Now, some things that we call vegetables are fruits, but you've got to look at the parts. And if you're ready to do that, head on over. I'd love to share you all the parts that make this protection possible.